work, lad! Line work!
Yo people, so as you can see, this is my debut, my first fight as an amateur. This is also my first time speaking directly to the camera in my house and not out on a walk, so it feels a bit weird, but we'll give it a go. So yeah, it is at Henry's gym at Mike Huddersfield. Coming into this fight, I'd been training about 2 or 3 years already, which is quite a long time for someone before making their amateur debut. Reason being, I started boxing during COVID, or at the start of COVID. So I had about 3 months solid training, and then we hit lockdown, and then moved to another gym called Bad Company. Really good coaching, Darryl Kendall knows his stuff, but at the time he wasn't ABA affiliated. I wanted to stay away from white collar, which is another video of its own. I'll discuss white collar a little bit. It's a bit of a grey area in boxing. There is a place for it, but it can be a bit sus depending on what promoter and stuff. But I'll speak more about that another time. As I says, my debut as an amateur boxer was with Ministry of Boxing, the only club I have fought for, and a great club in that. They'd only just really kicked off the ABAs. Both Phil and Josh Wisher had been at Golden Team, where I also trained previous. I was one of the was the first senior to compete for them. They'd only had one young lad go out before me, and we hit the ground running sort of thing. We had, I think, maybe 10 fights in space of anyone else having 2 at the gym. So between me, Phil, Josh, we proper kicked off the ABAs that year. It was quite a good year. Yeah, coming into this fight, I was nervous. Obviously, it was my first amateur fight, but I wasn't scared. I wasn't like, I just had a lot of energy. I was just really built up, ready to go. Been a long time coming, but I knew I was good enough. As far as debuts go, the lad who I was boxing, I think he'd had 1 fight before me, so he wasn't overly experienced. But in saying that, you never know what you're going to get. My opponent, as I say, he'd had 1 other fight, and that's about the only thing you know about him. If you ask your coach, you'll get his name, but I'm not really bothered. You've got no time to study opponents. It's not like professionals. You just get in there and do your thing. It's 3 rounds, fast-paced, high-energy boxing. You don't have time to suss them out and read them prior to the fight. You just sort of deal with it as you come into it. You can spend time looking at their Instagrams and that, and it's just going to kill you. You don't need to do it. I think he was a uni student. A lot of them are. Well, I feel old now, but I remember when I got into the ring, he would try to like proper dead-eye me. Some people just deep it too much. You could tell he was young. He was like staring through me. Like, I just started smiling at him. As you can see in the video, I clap him when his name gets announced and stuff. But yeah, I found it hilarious. Kind of cringy. It just made me want to beat him up more, to be honest. I kind of had it in my head, not a pre-match like ritual, but I think most boxers do it. They have a little routine, and it started from then. I always had a banana. I always had some jelly babies, headphones. I had the same playlist on all the time. And this first fight, I think Becky had sent me a song. That's my missus. Sent me a song that had like quite a naughty beat to it, quite a nice beat. So that was the last song I played before going out, before taking my headphones out. And I carried that on the entire time. That were about it, yeah. You just sort of get in your own head and tell yourself it's you or him kind of thing. You're not going to let yourself get beat up. If anyone's ever had a fight before, a street fight or a school fight, whatever, and you get those bit of nerves just before, you sort of feel that coming, but you have to keep them under control, because obviously you're about to have a boxing match. You can't just scrap for 30 seconds and call it a day. I'd send a text to the family group chat just before a fight, and then I'd send Becky a text, love you, see you after, and that'd be me. Put my phone away, headphones down, sort of dial in for a minute, listen to Phil, and then yeah, walk out, do the biz. So just to summarise that first round, he's a tall opponent. You could tell they were kind of fresh. You're a bit twitchy. Every time I'd fake a shot, he'd over-exaggerate, so I knew there were openings. Equally, I was a little bit of a loose cannon. I think with it being my debut, I got a bit ahead of myself, as most fighters do on the early days. With experience, having a few more fights since, I could have easily got him out there if I'd have just stood off a second, picked my shots, put a jab out there. I don't think there should be a stoppage as such. He had a strong heart, to be fair, when we kept in there. But some of them shots you do get a lot of standing eights for, and eventually it gets waved off. Round 2, a lot more relaxed in there. You could tell I was maybe being a bit tired as well, but I sensed that I wasn't in any danger. Didn't feel like he was going to hurt me at any point. During that round I got a standing 8. The actual standing 8 itself I'd say were weak, but the build up to that, there were some good shots. Third round, definitely fatigue setting in. Hands are down the entire time pretty much. More just floating around, kind of know the fight's mine, but I'm still doing enough to make sure he's not landing. Trying to win exchanges still. But yeah, for the most part, I'm just springing around, having a bit of fun in there, popping a jab out, changing stance here and there. But all in all, good debut, enjoyed it. I had like my first 10 very quick, and then I think I ended up with 14 in total. But yeah, sometimes you just out and then out again. Good debut. Some friends, some family there. Managed to get quite a few heads down for that one. Becky got me 2 cookies, as you can see at the end. One said, you was better than him anyway, which was in case I lost. And then the other one says, we never doubted you, or we knew you'd be the winner, something like that. So I thought it was quite funny, but yeah, nice little touch there. But yeah, tune in for the next one. I'll put a link to my last upload of I think it was my 5th fight, put that on the bottom. And yeah, tune in. I think I'll upload my 2nd one next, or maybe my 1st loss, we'll see. Peace out.